This report on frontiers in massive data analysis is the result of a study looking at what do we know how to do in analyzing huge amounts of data, what would we like to be able to do, and what's the research program that will get us to that. Big data and massive data are really synonymous. Big data has been in the news a lot. It's any collection of data that's so large that your standard tools don't work well. We have standard tools for working with databases. If you have the database of your company's employers, the database of your child's school system, these are all large collections of data, and the tools are pretty easy to sort through and figure who's going to reach a milestone, who's going to transfer in, transfer out. You could do a lot of sorting, and that's routine. When the data gets to be huge, and we're talking tens of billions of pieces of data, maybe more, like you might find in an astronomical survey, then you have standard tools don't necessarily work, or they don't work efficiently. So there's ongoing research at companies like Amazon and Google to try to advance our capabilities for sorting through that information in an efficient way and inferring some reliable understanding from it. That's what we were looking at. What do we know and where do we get to the next step? There are really two big reasons why this topic is important to the average citizen. First, there are a lot of careers that are going to depend more on the ability to milk information from big data, large amounts of data. There's a well-known report came out from the McKinsey Corporation estimating that within 5 years, the country's going to need 180,000 more people who understand how to mine understanding from big data. And that's partly in commercial sector, a lot of internet-based companies, but also in national defense and intelligence world, in library science. It's certainly in science itself. The other reason it's important to a lot of people is that the nation has to make judgments. As we've seen in the news, when spy agencies start searching through a lot of data, it compromises privacy. And that's a society trade-off of how much security do you want versus how much do you want to protect your privacy. You have to create a balance. And in order to have a good society discussion of that, people need to be educated to understand what's feasible, what's just science fiction. The main message in this report is that the research and education establishment has to take specific steps in order to create the workforce that can handle massive data in science and in industry and national defense. The computer science world has made great strides in recent years, building up capabilities to process billions and trillions of pieces of data to manage all that, which is not at all trivial. But what the report points out is we also need a new cadre of people with a different sort of skill set. It has to be skills that are really grounded in statistics and understanding of uncertainty, because you can search through massive data and find all kinds of patterns, but that doesn't mean those patterns are reliable indicators of what you'll see next week. So uncertainty and statistics are the ways to get a good handle on how reliable is the understanding that you're gleaning from this big data.